farm, family, community. This is Midwest Farm Weekly.
Good morning, I'm Elaine Wells, and thanks for joining us on Midwest Farm Weekly. A lot of planters rolling across northeast Wisconsin fields this week as a dry stretch helped farmers make a little spring progress. Corn and soybean planting are now ahead of an average year. 44% of corn was in the ground at the time of this week's crop report. 5% of that crop is emerged. Soybeans are now 40% planted, pushing 3 days ahead of an average year. 5% of that crop is also now green and growing. Hay fields are also starting to progress, with 75% of hay in good to excellent condition. Spring tillage is now more than 70% wrapped up. Overall, 70% of topsoil is at adequate moisture levels. 10% has too much moisture, while the remaining 20% could use a little bit of rain. As farmers finish planting that soybean crop, there is some relief in the industry this week as the U.S. and China take a 90-day pause on tariffs and retaliation. China took in nearly $13 billion worth of soybeans from the U.S. as a whole last year. More than half of U.S. soybeans are exported internationally, with roughly half of those going to China, so it is a critical market. Federal data shows Wisconsin farmers plan to plant about 1.9 million acres of soybeans this year. That is 250,000 acres, or nearly 12% less than last year. Farmers cited a number of factors, including low prices and potential trade war impacts. Nationally, soybeans planted are about 4% down.
The uncertainty is kind of like, gets them a little nervous, but really the wait and see, and really how long is this going to last? I think if this goes on for a long time, they'll be quite apprehensive, especially as we start to get into making those decisions for next year's crop. If things aren't resolved by then, I think there's going to be a lot more apprehension. What I'm looking for would be good trade deals with trading partners that really is free and fair.
Also, in an updated forecast from the U.S. Department of Agriculture this week, a projection of higher corn exports and only slightly lower corn prices. That report also predicted somewhat lower soybean exports, but higher domestic consumption, and that could lead to higher prices. We have an update this weekend on the Door County cherry crop. Unlike other parts of the country, Wisconsin's season is on track to be a good one. Current estimates show that nationwide, the crop is expected to be about half of what orchards are capable of producing. There are 19,000 acres of cherry crops across the country, and 43% of that crop is damaged this year. The main cause was all of the rain in March and April. It affected pollination. It is so bad that some regions are now officially declared a disaster, and that opens the door for some financial assistance.
We're open to accepting support, and that'll help us maintain a healthy operation, keep the folks that work for us employed, and make sure that we can continue to take care of these trees to produce again for another year.
In Door County, sweet cherries are blooming now, and tarts will be blooming over the next week throughout the county. Cherry picking is going to be about 60 days from petal fall, so that puts us roughly at a mid-July start date. As concerns about avian influenza or bird flu continue nationwide, local health officials say the impact in Wisconsin, particularly in dairy cattle and poultry, has been relatively minor so far. It has been about a year since that virus was first detected in dairy cows in the U.S. No cases have been reported in Wisconsin dairy herds to date. John Lauritsen explains how farmers are taking steps to minimize their risk, and that includes investing in technology.
This has been one of the craziest times because in the past it would come, we would have it for a few months, and then it would go away.
But Jake Vlamick says he and other turkey farmers have been dealing with H5N1 for 3 straight years. His family operates Fallen Farms, which was hit hard by the flu in 2023. And that's when he decided to buy a laser to keep away ducks and geese, the main carriers of bird flu.
We've been able to cut our mortality down in about half. And I want to attribute a lot of that to these lasers.
Jake isn't alone. Over the past 2 years, Minnesota poultry farmers have installed 100 bird lasers throughout the state. During that time, Jake says the mortality rate for commercial turkeys and chickens dropped from 4 million to 2 million statewide.
We can't see this laser during the day, but the birds can.
The birds can.
Their eyes pick up a green beam, which causes them to fly away from the turkeys. For people, it's visible at night. He installed his first laser on top of a barn.
Jake's second laser is attached to the top of that windmill tower. Both lasers on his farm cover about 500 feet.
And they cross over each other, covering the entire farm. Their sequences vary, so migratory birds don't get used to their patterns.
So here it comes.
Jake says there's hope a bird flu vaccine will eventually be available, but until then, he'll keep his lasers running 24/7.
To me, it's been a big difference, and I've seen results throughout the state.
The return of migratory birds this spring could potentially lead to some new cases, as wild birds are often the carriers of the virus. People who work closely with livestock and dairy, poultry should monitor themselves for symptoms. The most commonly reported signs of infection in humans have included conjunctivitis, respiratory issues, and just general flu-like symptoms. Still to come on Midwest Farm Weekly, the buzz over using locally produced honey to treat allergies. Does it actually work? Are you suffering from allergies right now? If so, you are not alone. Dawn White shares a remedy that many allergies sufferers are buzzing about.
It's another busy day for Scott Jackson, who co-owns Texas Raw Honey with his business partner, Carlos Hambleton.
We've done this now for 15 years. We've been beekeeping for probably 25 years.
Customers are buzzing for their honey this time of the year.
Allergy season's always good for our business because raw honey naturally has pollens in it.
Dr. Alfred Johnson recommends raw, local honey to his allergy patients.
Bees do collect the pollen. That's part of what the honey is. And so little bits of honey will help some people build up tolerance to the different pollens in the local area. And so that's why they talk about local honey.
The cloudiness in this bottle of honey is the micropollens. The company also sells pollen granules here, which are made from bees. This is a larger dose of pollen, and it's often mixed with yogurt or cereal. Jackson says local honey can include pollens from up to 300 miles away. He mixes honey from the Alvarado bee farm with honey from San Antonio for even more protection from pollens.
The prevailing winds that come from the south, they'll blow your ragweed. I think every year we get people that say, oh, I'm allergic to ragweed and I eat your honey and it benefits.
The company sells about 300,000 bottles of honey per year, with this being the sweet time for sales.
We just have people that swear by eating a teaspoon of raw honey per day helps them with their allergies.
Moving bottles of honey from the warehouse into customers' hands brings Jackson a sense of satisfaction.
It makes you feel pretty good that not only are you helping with those allergies, but you're providing a natural sweetener, that you're doing something for the health benefit of people.
The duo plan to remain busy as the buzz for raw local honey continues to grow.
Well, some allergists, as you heard, tell their patients it is worth a shot to try local honey to get relief. A handful of small studies have found no real difference between people consuming local honey and those given a placebo. You know, Alexis, farmers have a long wish list this time of the year. They need it to be dry enough to plant, but then they need some timely rains to help get things growing. How are we doing?
Yeah, hopefully we kind of start to settle into a more normal and average pattern as we head towards the end of the month of May. Started out pretty dry these past few weeks, then more rain came through this past week. We're now upwards of about 8 inches accumulated for liquid precipitation for the entire year in Green Bay. That's about it. Definitely higher totals areas to our south and east, and way off to our west. Things are struggling to accumulate. Just under 3.5 inches of rainfall accumulated for the entire year over into central North Dakota. So those numbers are below average. Here in northeast Wisconsin, we're a little bit below average for where we should be for the month of May. And as we head through the next week to 2 week stretch, this map does indicate that we do have the chance to stay pretty average for this time of the year. So some small rain chances, then we have a little bit of a drier stretch. Better chance for drier weather will stay off to our west, where we are seeing that little bit of a rough drought come through right now. Over the next week to week and a half, More rain is likely to be accumulated. A lot of this rain is likely within that system that we saw this past Thursday come through, with heavier rain moving in along with that system on Friday to our south and east. Should have accumulated about 1/2 of an inch of rain on top of what we've already seen for the year, which is good news for us here in Green Bay. Heading into the summer months, the Climate Prediction Center has put northeast Wisconsin and most of the northern Midwest and the Great Plains in a likely category for below normal numbers. So could be a drier summer ahead of us, whereas off to the East Coast, things could be a little bit wetter as we enter into the summer months. For the next week to 2 week stretch, cooler temperatures will arrive behind that stronger system that came through towards the end of our work week. We've got some gusty north winds that come in behind that. That'll keep our temperatures into the 50s for about the next week and a half stretch. However, as we see our outlook into the summer months, the entire country is in some kind of category to see above normal temperatures. So likely a warmer summer ahead of us, just slightly above average numbers for us here in Wisconsin, but areas like the Northeast, further into Southwest Florida, and then the southwestern part of the country will likely see very hot temperatures throughout those summer months. As we cool off behind our system from this past week, likely to see a few flakes up north to end our weekend. By the time we get to Monday and into the start of our next work week, another rain chance comes through, mostly south of Green Bay and for most of the Midwest areas. Then that should clear out by the time we get to Thursday. Quieter days to finish up our next work week. We'll see you back here in just a few minutes with more Ag News.
Welcome back. Medicine can come in many forms, and it's not always found at the pharmacy. In Ireland, senior citizens are getting a new type of therapy straight from the farm. CBS's Tina Kraus has the story.
Joe Phelan is ready for another day on the farm in Ireland. It's where he finds happiness.
Come on, Winston. Good boy.
Herding the alpacas he adores.
You're so fluffy. Good boy.
Who do more than just graze the fields.
That's it.
His wool-covered companions stroll through the halls of a local nursing home, offering residents a whole new type of therapy. Staff say the alpacas are more than a novelty.
Oh, well done, boys.
They give many elderly residents a connection to the past.
Just to see the smiles on the faces, and I think it triggered a lot of memories for people that would have grown up on farms, that would have been farmers.
With his newfound calling in animal therapy, 64-year-old Phelan has become known as Alpaca Joe.
They get to feel them, they look into their big, huge brown eyes, which, just are so relaxing. And they might hear him humming Alpaca's hum.
Yes, we love you too.
I think as well, the feel of the wool brought back a lot of memories to people, and especially to the women that do the knitting.
Phelan says alpacas have a unique gift for creating calm and lifting spirits. A furry form of therapy that for some is the perfect prescription. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
And the alpacas are not just regulars at nursing homes. They also visit local special needs schools too. And Phelan says teachers say it relaxes students and it improves their concentration. May is Beef Month, and we have some seasonal inspiration this morning from the Wisconsin Beef Council. Believe it or not, spring rolls can be easy this busy season with ready-to-go ingredients from the grocery store.
Hi everyone, happy spring. I have the perfect recipe for this time of year. I kind of like changing up my recipe rotation now, kind of putting away those really nice winter feel good, warm and comfy recipes for a little bit lighter fare, quicker recipes. The springtime we're always super busy, transitioning. So I'm gonna make beef spring rolls today. And usually spring rolls just are full of vegetables, but of course we're gonna add some beef to it. So not many ingredients in these spring rolls I'm gonna show you how to make, but we're gonna start with, it calls for a top sirloin steak. Now in my supermarket, I found top sirloin fajita strips, and it's already stripped up, and that's what I would have done to a top sirloin steak. So I just grabbed a pound of this, but definitely 1 pound of top sirloin steak is perfect for this recipe. Then just toss it with some of your favorite stir-fry sauce. Let it hang out about 15-20 minutes. You're just going to add some flavor that way, and then either cook it up, broil it or grill it, the strips, however you like. But I just like doing it in a pan. Couple minutes, like a stir fry quick with a real hot skillet. Does not take long. So that's going to go into our spring roll. Then we're using these rice papers that you find right in the supermarket. They're really thin, see-through, kind of transparent, really crunchy. So we need to soften these. So I have a bowl of warm tap water, and I'm just going to submerge the rice paper just for about 5 seconds. And it'll start to, you can feel it starting to soften and get sticky. Put it on my work surface here. And then I'm going to add in about 3 strips of my cooked top sirloin, and then fresh cilantro and fresh carrots. And I bought the carrots already julienned right in the supermarket. Then I'm going to drizzle in a little bit more of the stir-fry sauce. That's it. These spring rolls are called our beef steak spring rolls with cilantro and carrot. I like pulling the sides in and then just rolling away from me like this. The paper is already softening. And then you can let it set a second. It'll get really sticky, so it'll stick together. And then I like kind of cutting it on the bias, cutting them in half. And then you could always serve with a little more dipping sauce too. But this is what they look like when they're done. So make your steak ahead of time too. This would be great after school snack. Let the kiddos make their own spring rolls, or of course perfect for any lunch or dinner this time of year. Beeftips.com is Wisconsin Beef Council website, and you can find this recipe plus a lot of other great spring inspiration recipes.
It is becoming quite a popular tradition at the Brown County Fair. The Special Drive Pig Show is organized by Bayport FFA. Here with all of the details, Megan, Nadia, Sadie, and Julie. Good morning to all of you. Megan, take us back. Remind us about the roots of this event and how it got started.
Yeah, so me and Nadia actually first started this event. We're seniors at Bayport, and we're on the officer team. So we both started the event as vice presidents, and we brought it to 2023 Brown County Fair, and we started it off. And so basically what Special Drive is, it's a swine show for students with special needs between the ages 8 and 18, and it allows them to come out to the fairgrounds for the day and kind of get to see how the whole swine project works.
Nadia, how does someone get involved if they are looking to either volunteer or show?
So for volunteers, we have sign-ups all over the Bayport FFA social media and on the Brown County Fair website, where mentees can come and teach the students how to raise and show a pig. We were looking for one pig showman to partner with any other person or showman through the Brown County Fair to teach these students. We typically partner 2 people with a mentee, and then if you're looking to sign up as a mentee, you can also go to the Brown County Fair website under the event schedule or Bayport FFA social media and sign up there.
And you ladies are seniors now, so you're graduating soon. Congratulations. Talk to us about kind of handing the reins over, so to speak, to the next generation.
Yeah, so we have Sadie and Julie here today. We're kind of teaching them the ways because it does take a lot to put on something like this. It is really rewarding, so we're kind of teaching them the ropes, so when we're gone next year off to college, that they can keep this up and give all these students the opportunities.
But you're very comfortable, Julie, in the show ring. Talk to us a bit about your background with the fair.
Yeah, so I lived in California for my whole life until about 2 years ago we moved here, and I've been showing livestock for about 9 years. I started off with market goats, and I did that for 4 years and realized it was too easy, and so I moved up to Challenge and started showing dairy cattle ever since.
So talk about why you wanted to become involved with this project.
I'm very close with kids with special needs. My little brother has autism, and those kinds of kids just bring me a lot of joy just because they're so spunky and just all those different personalities you get and just their talents too. They can be so good at one thing. Like my little brother, for example, he knows like the whole world by heart. And I'm like, hello, like you're smarter than I am. So this kind of inspired me because it was bringing farm and special needs kids into one. And it was just seemed really cool.
Sadie, why did you want to get involved?
Well, I have seen my sister like put this show on, and I've just been like inspired to work with them, and
now's your chance.
Yeah.
Very nice. What have you ladies seen as people have learned these skills? Is there a lot of confidence that happens in the show ring?
Yeah, there definitely is. There's been kids that did it the first year and they returned last year to do it, and you can just see that they already have these skills and the skills just keep building and building. And as far as the livestock exhibitors from Brown County Fair that help the students with special needs, it's just a really fun event and everyone looks forward to it every single year, and it's really cool to see it all happen.
For sure, and watching the kids grow as the event goes on throughout the day, sometimes you can tell they're a little bit nervous at the beginning, but to see their smiling faces grow as the day moves on and they get excited to go in the ring, and even the parents, they enjoy it too, to watch their kids go and do something so amazing on their own with other kids their age.
If somebody is looking to get involved, FFA, make a quick pitch why that's the spot they should look into.
I think FFA is truly just for everyone. That no matter what, like none of us, well, kind of Julie, but none of us really came from a background with ag, and I live in the middle of the city, so being able to do stuff like this is just really cool and rewarding.
Yeah, it's turned it more into a leadership organization than necessarily farming. We do lots of things with natural resources, the greenhouse.
Amazing. Well, congratulations to you guys on growing this amazing project, and thanks for taking it on. If you're looking to get involved, connect with Bayport FFA on Facebook for full details in participating. Have a great weekend, everyone.